Hi, this is Matt from Two-Way Direct, and today we're going to go over a few basic programming features within the CPS for the CP200 radios. So first thing we're going to focus on is a very popular feature known as scan. So what we're going to do with this is first we want to go through all of our channels under conventional personalities and make sure that we activate the scan on those channels. So as you can see, we're clicked on personality 1, and then on the right hand side here, we want to go over to the second box down here, which is labeled scan list, and we're going to go ahead and select list 1. Now, what we're going to want to do after that is just go through each channel and go ahead and select that list 1. Make sure your kilohertz spacing is always at 12.5 as well. So go ahead and go through however many channels you wish to scan. For this video, in argument's sake, we'll say we're just going to do the 4 channels here. So we're going to go ahead and select that. And then from within here, you can see there are a few different choices. But for basic scan, we'll just leave those blank for now. So as you can see, channels 1, 2, 3, and 4 all have list 1 selected. Now we're going to want to go down here to scan itself, and there's that list 1 that we selected. So now we have to go ahead and add those frequencies into the list so the radio knows to search for those. So we're going to go ahead and select all those personalities that we just added. So as you can see, we have personalities 1, 2, 3, and 4, and those were available, and we move them over to the list. So now those are in the scan list. And then if you wish to be able to talk back without changing the channel selector on the top of the radio, you would go ahead and click this. And let's say I was on channel 1 here, and I was picking up someone on channel 4. If I have this talkback selected, I can simply push the talk button and answer them back immediately. Otherwise, if we deselect this, I'm going to have to change my channel selector knob from 1 all the way down to 4 to answer them if I'm picking some radio traffic up there. So a lot of people do opt for selecting this feature here. And then this right here, I would recommend just leaving this as is. And now what we're going to want to do is go up to the buttons here. And we need a way to activate that scan. So you can set it on any of these 2 option buttons, a short or long press. A lot of people opt for the long press here so they don't accidentally hit scan. So from within here, we're going to go ahead and select the scan feature. So just have to scroll through here and locate it. So let's see. And here we go here. A little tough to find sometimes because there's so much information in here, but as you can see, it's going to be labeled toggle system scan on and off. So you're going to want to go ahead and set that here. And now we know if I do a short press on my option button, number 1, it's going to activate that scan. And we just double check everything. Everything's in the list there. And we have them selected on each of those 4 channels. If we take a look at channel 5, you can see it's not selected there. So that's setting up scan with a talkback enabled there. And another basic feature here on the radios, if you're looking at personality 1 here, if we have 2 people maybe that don't need great coverage, they're close together, we can select the power level to go down to low power, which is going to be a default of, I believe, 1 watt of power. And that's going to save a lot of battery life because it's going to go from 4 watts down to 1 watt of power. And below that, you'll see there's a box for Vox. And this would need to be checked if you're using a voice-activated headset with the CP200 radio. You would need to check this so the radio will auto-detect that accessory when you plug it into the side of the audio jack. Then one other thing to touch on here is these squelch types, as you can see under the receive and transmit. And there's probably about 30 different names for these. Motorola calls these TPL and DPL, but other companies will call them sub-audio tones or privacy line tones. But they all follow the same setup here. So you always just want to write these down. If you're cloning a CP200 over to a Vertex radio, you're going to want to make sure that you get these numbers and just fill them in accordingly on the correct spreadsheet. So for now, that's some basic program information on System Scan, changing the power level to low power, as well as activating the Vox feature. And that's all from 2way Direct for now, and we'll be back soon with another video.